Alright, so y'all go ahead and do the factoring and the math knowledge question for today. Pause the video, and then once everyone is finished, you can unpause the video and I'll go over the correct answers. So for the factoring, you should have x plus 9 times x minus 2. For the math knowledge question, we have 36 smaller squares, and we want to know how much of it is black. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of them are black. So 15 out of 36, which does reduce, they both divide by 3, so that would be 5 over 12. So that would be your answer. We are looking at lesson 23 today. We're going to look at the exponential function and then sketching exponentials. So hopefully you'll understand exponentials and how to sketch them after this lesson. So first off, what is an exponential? Well, when you have a power whose base is a constant and whose exponent contains a variable, that's an exponent. So when your variable is in your exponent, it's called an exponential. Whenever you use it with another variable and you make an equal sign, you make an equation, it's called an exponential equation. Some numbers cannot be used as the base for your exponential function. 0 and 1 cannot be used as a base because they're always going to give you the same number no matter what the exponent is. So if I had said 0 to the 1 or 0 to the 2, 0 to the 3, all of those are the same number. So that's not an exponential. Or if I said 1 to the 1, 1 to the 2, 1 to the 3, those are all the same number. So that's why you can't use them for your bases for an exponential. But you can use any other number besides 0 and 1. You can use decimals, you can use negative numbers, just not 0 and 1. So we want to sketch this. So when you look here, what you want to do is plug in numbers for x. And then you're just going to do a t-chart and graph them. The best numbers to plug in are going to be -1, 0, and 1. You can plug in other numbers besides that, but those are going to be the first ones that you wanted to start with. So if I plug in -1 here, 2 to the -1, that's going to make 2 the reciprocal, which is going to be 1 over 2. If I plug in 0, 2 to the 0 is 1. And then if I plug in 1, 2 to the 1 is 2. So come over on your graph, and you're going to go to -1 and 1/2, 0, 1, and 1, 2. And you can tell that's not a straight line, okay? We're going to plug in a couple more just so you can kind of see a little bit more of your graph. We'll plug in -2 and +2. So 2 to the -2 is going to become 1 over 2 to the +2, which is 1/4. So we're going to go over to -2 and then up 1/4. And then 2 to the +2, 2 squared is 4. So now hopefully you can kind of see a little bit more. It's never going to actually cross the x-axis, it's just going to approach it. And then you're going to go through your dots, and it's going to keep going up. So that's what an exponential function is going to look like. So that's how you can sketch them. You just pick numbers, plug them in, and plot your points, and then make your graph. So if you have numbers that are greater than 1 for your base, they're always going to be going up, and they're always going to go through this point 0, 1, because anything to the 0 is 1. So they're always going up like this. If the base is less than 1 but greater than 0, it's going to be going down, and it's still going to be going through the point 0, 1. So that's what your exponentials should look like, either going up or going down. So now we're going to sketch this one, 5 to the x. So you're going to plug numbers in for your x. So again, the numbers that you want to pick are 0, 1, and -1. So if you plug in -1, you should get 1/5, or 0.2. If you plug in 0, you'll get 1. And then if you plug in 5, you plug in 1, you get 5. So if you go and graph these, it should look like that. And so that would be the sketch for this exponential. Okay, so let's look at another one. I want y'all to try and graph this one by yourself, and then unpause the video and I'll go over it for you. So again, you're going to make a t-chart, and we're going to pick -1, 0, and 1 to plug in. If you plug in -1, you'll get 4. If you plug in 0, you'll get 1. And if you plug in 1, you get 0.25, which is 1/4. So -1, we plug in 4, 0, 1, and then 1 1/4. And then if you graph your exponential, it'll look something like that. So that's how you sketch exponentials. It's not terribly difficult. You just have to plug in numbers and then plot those points. Your homework, you do get to omit number 15, 16, and 26. So make sure to do the other problems tonight for homework so we can go over any questions you have tomorrow.